for another edition of Purple Power Play. Welcome everybody, I'm Mindy von Elling.
And I'm Anthony Testa. Let's kick it off by taking a look at what happened on the home front for K-State sports this week.
It was a great showing for 5 K-Staters at last week's equestrian show. It was the IHSA Horse Show in Manhattan. English riders took center stage in this event, which was not NCAA sanctioned. 10 teams faced off for top honors. Senior Kayla St. Clair won in novice equestrian over fences. She was one of 5 K-Staters to win first place. Cody Hadrick, Trish Carney, Melanie Hinspeter, and Katherine Dykeman also nabbed top spots on the High Point team. The next varsity competition is Saturday, where the 7th-ranked KSU team faces off against 2nd-ranked Baylor. That competition will take place in Manhattan at Fox Creek Farm starting at 9 in the morning. Now, the Riders weren't the only team competing around Manhattan last weekend. Hundreds of K-State students faced off on the intramural soccer and football fields. Let's take you to the soccer fields outside Chester Peters Rec Complex, where fraternity intramural soccer is heating up. The playoffs begin on October 21st. And who might be in them? Beta Theta Pi, currently ranked 2nd, is showing some true potential. In last Wednesday's game against non-ranked Acacia, sophomore Ryan Couch scored the 3rd goal of the game off a ball in the air. It's no surprise these boys average 4 goals per game. Junior TJ Westling scored the 1st goal of the first half off a header assist, sending the ball over the keeper's head. Ranking just above Beta is Alpha Tau Omega, who scored a header goal to kick off Sunday's game against Phi Delta. ATO has been steady in holding the 1st place ranking and continued to seal the deal with a goal off a cross put in by senior Jake Conley. Team captain senior Jared Schnefke has high hopes for his team as they bring a winning record and clean slate to the playoffs.
Playoffs are a new game. It's a new season. Everybody starts off 0-0, so we'll be top seed. That'll give us some benefits in the first round, but we're looking forward to playing some of the teams we weren't able to play in league games.
Suffering its only loss against ATO, the Lambda Chi Alpha team is hoping to redeem itself in the playoffs. With the help of junior Kelly Porter, a transfer from Coastal Carolina, the team appears to be shaping up well. Porter's D1 soccer experience gave him a running goal in the first half. Sophomore Kurt Nichols was another key player, averaging several shots on goal to the 2 goals he provided during the match against Beta Sigma Psi last Sunday. Coming from 4th place, Lambda Chi is fighting for a chance at the top. Those fraternity soccer teams aren't the only ones fighting for a chance at the top prize, though, right, Anthony?
That's right. The intramural flag football playoffs are in full swing. Let's take you out to the gridiron where the fraternities and residence halls played earlier this week. In the residence hall quarterfinals, number 2 seed Morse 7 took on 7th seed Haymaker 2 in what turned out to be an old-fashioned shootout. Sporting the yellow jerseys, Haymaker 2 managed to put up a solid 37 points, but that wasn't enough for Morse 7's astonishing 60 points. 39 of those came in the first half alone. The win keeps Morse 7 undefeated this year with a 6-0 record. They now hold the number 1 spot overall in the residence hall standings. And in the fraternity quarterfinals, number 3 seed Sigma Pi in blue took on number 6 seed Farmhouse. Sigma Pi's defense, along with missed Farmhouse catches, proved to be too much for an upset. Final score for this one, 34-14 in favor of Sigma Pi. The win leaves Sigma Pi undefeated with a 5-0 record. They now hold the number 2 ranking overall in the fraternity league, just behind 5-0 Delta Upsilon. With football wrapping up and the weather cooling down, basketball season is soon approaching. Reporter Whitney Francis shows us how the women's team is preparing.
I'm so excited to go to the women's basketball games.
I'm so over football. Bring on women's basketball.
Go Lady Cats.
I've already got my season tickets.
And tip-off is not far away. In less than a month, these empty seats will be covered with fans, this court covered with players, and the basketball will be sinking through this net. With the first game November 3rd, the Wildcats have been using this week of open practices to prepare themselves for the season.
So really what's important for us to do is, I'm not sure what the number is, a number of wins. What's really important I think for us is just to come in here every day and compete and to figure out a way to get better.
Not only did the Cats lose 4 key players last year, a lot more was lost last season.
More than anything, you know, we have a young team, lost 4 seniors and a lot of points and a lot of rebounds and a lot of leadership.
With the loss of leadership, K-State is looking to the new seniors to step up. However, that is not the only leadership expected from the coaching staff.
The younger players, you know, I think people will be surprised by the growth and the improvement of Jelena Childs and Brandy Brown. They're going to be great players for us.
Until the beginning of November, the Lady Cats will be working hard in the gym every afternoon. They will be hosting an autograph session during open practice on October 17th starting at 3 p.m. At Bramlage Coliseum, Whitney Francis, Purple Power Play.
Well, Mindy, this basketball season should be an exciting one for Wildcat fans.
No doubt about that. But you know, there's going to be one thing missing from the season this year, the traditional Madness in Manhattan.
I did hear about that. Every year, the men's and women's teams gather for their first public exhibition. But this year, it's a little different. The women's team will hold an open practice, while the men's team will scrimmage. Kurt McGuffin and Deb Patterson gave us their thoughts on the change.
So many times our fans call in and say, Midnight Madness is fine, but they don't do anything. They don't scrimmage, or we don't see the coaches coaching or the players doing. So this allows us, both coaches agreed that, hey, Coach Patterson's going to practice and put them through drills like they would any other practice. Coach Martin, because it's a week later from the first practice, is going to have an actual 30-minute scrimmage in there with officials and everything.
While Madness had a lot of electricity to it and a lot of pop with regards to external elements, we felt like this might be the best approach to significantly impact a higher number of people with our product.